Good morning, everybody. See that intro slide? What's wrong with the market today? Nothing. Nothing. And it's firing on all cylinders, but our internals are telling us be careful. That's okay. We know where we're at. That's the most important thing. Keep our expectations in alignment with what is. Yesterday, there was a rejection of a move to another new all-time high. And you can see these little tails at the top, not a big deal. I mean, it hasn't even closed below a prior day's low yet. So we've said this many, many times when the internals tell us to be careful. It doesn't turn on a dime on the upside. It could take a week or two. Whatever's the event may be that might spark some selling is yet to be seen. Momentum is slowed, but trend is up. Red bar still ignored here on the futures. So they're buying the dip. And at some point, we'll close below a prior day's low, and then we'll see what happens. As it pulls back to the 20, does it stop at minor support? Does it pull back to major support? But so far, we'll take a peek through some of the sectors because they all have been joining the party. And that's why I say, what's wrong? Nothing other than the internals telling us that a little bit too much sentiment was already at an extreme. And now, a week or two ago, we were waiting for breadth to participate since it was under the zero line for so long. As you can see here, scrolling back was there. So the anemic breadth. And now, last week, we were kind of feeling that it was time for the more speculative stocks to pull up and play some catch up, and they have. And so some of them are short term extended now. Common sense says they're going to pull back. So, breakouts are likely to start failing. The NASDAQ underperforming. So some of the money being taken out of the leaders and going into the laggards. That's what the catch up trade is about. So yesterday was another rejection. It's in the bottom part of the wide range bar. It's part of the factory work, although this isn't an uptrend. But should this trade under yesterday's low, it would be reasonable, probably more than reasonable to think it's going to test this area right there, the rising 20, which isn't very far away. Odds are it's probably going to go through it. I see Amazon is up now. I think does today start the Prime Day, whatever sales that they have. I see that was up pre-market. Not a big deal, but up nonetheless. You can see the 5-minute chart, poking higher there and up near yesterday's high. So pulling back, wide range bar down, but in an uptrend on minor support. We'll see where this ends the day. Some of the others, of course, not meat. It reminds me of fake meat. I haven't looked at that stock in a while. Remember the craze there? Fake meat, Beyond Meat. Meta coming down pretty hard, down on top of major support, the pivot low prior to the higher high. And there's two pivot lows there and a 50 MA. So this is a critical level to keep an eye on, even if you don't trade this. Set an alert down here, see if Meta starts to break down, more negative price action. You can see that weekly chart, that potent reversal there in the area of the prior pivot highs. And that's a potent reversal, as we call it. Other markets, transports kicked it in, so terrific. The laggards playing catch up. Some of the truckers went up and other transports. So that coming off of the low, it was ready to go off the edge of the cliff there into that void. So another positive, but extended short term. The Dow, of course, made new all-time highs, poking above this mess. Bottom of the range, top of the range. Yesterday it stalled. A little rejection from up there. So far, not a big deal. And where's the Russell? Let's look at the ETF here. Blast off. I guess we sold that one too fast on here, but pushing up above the top of the range, and it's got room to go up. But let me just drag this up here, up toward that next pivot high. That should be a target area. That doesn't mean it's got to go straight up there, but especially gap up, gap up, gap up, and where's it here? Another gap up. I don't know. I don't know. Dan, if this has zero DTE, I don't know if this does. To do a credit spread on this could be a zero DTE call spread. If it does, I mean, come on, gap up, gap up, gap up, gap up. I mean, that's incredible. But we'll see. All right. SPY, same story, consolidating rejection yesterday. Where is it here? A little bit above yesterday's high. See the chop going sideways up there. So we'll see if this violates a prior day's low or not. At some point, it's definitely going to do it. No doubt of that. So far this week, just running in place. SPX, they moved strikes up a little bit. And so again, not that far away, but even though, markets really aren't moving much from yesterday to today, they get bid a bit higher. So relatively tight. Now, I wouldn't call them no-brainers. And what'll move the markets, I don't know. We'll just see this morning, but not the most comfortable strikes. The distance here, because, I could definitely see it going up there, but it's extended. It's a little extended. You can just see in the past where the trend continued, the extension from the 20, it's about the same, give or take. Now opening up a little bit. So it's reasonable for us to think that it's going to pull back, especially with the internals as they are. Bitcoin is up a little, not big deal. Had a good day yesterday, but overall, just within this mess, it's not the kind of patterns that we're looking for. What kind of patterns are we looking for? Well, something like this, right? But this, again, this was in a trading range, so upside limited. And what is this pattern I'm talking about? Well, first of all, we had a little conversation about this in the green room the other day. A momentum move and a pullback. It's not the ideal kind of hooks. It's just one bar down, but in the area of minor support and the 20 MA. Momentum, retracement. They just had this abrupt move. Now, there are better examples of this, but just looking at it, it's the kind of setup, but, being so close to that resistance area, a lack of a void, not what we want. Nothing happening there. Whoa, look at that dip. Pretty big deal on the intraday chart, but the daily just going nowhere. It's got to put in perspective of the higher time frame. Crude oil coming down, another positive. Right? So that inflation concern, we had the good positive numbers last week. Oil's been going up. It's on this area of support, so it'll be interesting to see what it does. You can see, kind of like a head and shoulders, right? There's the head there, and there's the lower right shoulder, and there's, the little neckline there. So keep an eye on this or USO, see if it continues to move down. Interest rates collapsed last week. Was a pretty wild ride over the last month or so. The move up and the pullback, the failed buy setup, the wide range bar, back up to the top, back down again. So pretty crazy, wild movements up and down, up and down. And we'll see what it does from here. Set alerts and forget it for now. Mid caps, join the party. So again, what's wrong with this market? Nothing. nothing. So that's it gets to be a concern when things look just too darn good. Now, when I say that, it doesn't imply any kind of a collapse, but markets have normal retracements and corrections. And that's what we're expecting in the coming days or weeks, and we'll see how that unfolds. Again, extended up at resistance where there's going to be sellers. Again, what's wrong with this market? Nothing anymore. Financials breaking out to new all-time highs. Some down this morning, but we had talked about this head and shoulders bottom here a week or so ago. A little consolidation and liftoff. These earnings coming out. Schwab getting beat up today, Patrick. So, was that we talked about it in the room yesterday? Yeah. So that's really weird. Meaning, it gaps down yesterday and it recovers from that gap down in a quite impressive way. But we know the earnings were going to be coming out this morning. So it's like, stay away from that. I don't know. I know Sam had asked about what time they were reporting earnings because he likes to do those earnings option trades. So I don't know where there was any premium, but again, looking to the left, it's gapping down to those pivot lows. You can see the cursor on the daily chart. That's a significant gap down percentage wise. I'm not sure what it is, but I mean that, whoever thought this was cheap on the gap down yesterday, if they held it overnight, they got to be kicking themselves for sure. Yeah. All right. Again, the theme, what's wrong? Nothing. Interest rates dropped. The home builders that were ready to certainly looked like they were coming down here to the support on the weekly chart after this breakdown. And surprise, surprise, the economic numbers and interest rates drop. And one of the things that we talked about a week or two ago was that, hey, interest rates are kind of whippy, but going down, and these things keep going down. That's a bad sign. And I guess it was just, too much with that PPI number and interest rates falling, and like, okay, mortgage rates got to go down, and that's good for home builders and construction and Home Depot, which was, well, bottoming action. But look at this bottom now. You might say that doesn't look like a head and shoulders top, but who cares? It's came here and made a lower low. It went up, it made a higher low, and that's positive. And you can see the wide range bars on the weekly. So this is something that probably going to consolidate a bit, and it's got a void. It's got a void to go higher. So that's another positive. Another positive. Biotech, speculative. Right in there. All right, moving up. Our ETF trader is in that. That looks fantastic. It's going to go higher. Regional banks, interest rates, banks going out of business, the difference between long and short rates. You remember all of that back here at the beginning of the year? Forget that. Looks great. Breaking out. So up at the top of the range would make sense, an extended move like that it's going to correct. So internals or no internals, patterns like this need to correct a bit. We got software, not top of the range, but had a big move. Internet, that had a big move, now pulling back already, correcting. I think it was a retailing number this morning. I don't know what, only getting dots here, but that came off of the lows. Everything that looked like it was going to roll over didn't. What about airlines? Not so good, but so far holding those pivots there. My dog did. Funny, yeah. All right. Energy. Oil's down a little bit. What is this doing? So down a little bit again, a strong move up into that pivot high, a couple of days up, pulling back. We'll see how much oil pulls back or the lack thereof, but clearly this is in a little drawing there, etch a sketch thing. If you knew what an etch a sketch is, you got to be old, older, making a bottom there. And that's the theme, you know, a lot of strength, a lot of increase in breadth in a very positive way. Many things are short-term extended. We're expecting some kind of corrective price action, whether that's through pullbacks or just sideways chop. Just keep it in mind. And but we'll still find stocks. There's lots of bottoming stocks out there that look like they can continue to play catch up. So that's what we do day to day. You know, search them out, stalk them, put them in thumbnails, wait, and factory work. All yours, Dan.
Good morning. Yeah, we have plenty of things that we're finding. There's What time are you on Thursday?
I believe 3 o'clock. Look, I'll confirm, but I think it's 3 o'clock.
All right, so here, Greg just mentioned bottoming patterns. We got one right here. This would be it actually did break out. See, it traded over these prior pivots. Red bar ignored. That looks great. Let me set an alarm. 30:02. I don't have any alarms going off. And one just went off. HPE. This is in the weekend letter. Consolidation pattern after breaking out, bullish weekly, monthly. So we got that posted. Let's start with earnings here. And then the interest list. No, it's this ARC F we bought yesterday. Here's another example. Beautiful new pattern. We don't have to trade the Qs. We're not. This is a new pattern. Big old inverse head and shoulder with multiple shoulders here, but that's a gap. And tomorrow, I should put this in our MT live tomorrow. That's an igniting gap breakout right there. Bottoming pattern looks great. So we gave that to our ETF. All right, these are earnings now. Now there's a lot of strong things, you know, dittoing what Craig said, but there's no entries. So this thing capping down, no pattern. FBK shows it capping up a few pennies, but there's, you know, it looks higher, but there's no entry here. Weekly, monthly look great. I don't see any prints, but same story. UNH, this has to be helping the Dow. Because remember, the Dow is price weighted. So this thing being up 17 bucks on a $530 stock is, you know, you can calculate how many Dow points that represents, but that has to be the predominant mover here today. Just looking at my Dow 30, absolutely. IBM up and CAT 2 and change, but this is the big daddy, but no pattern. Back, no pattern, but strong. Raoul, Sierra November, short. Sure. Yeah, there's a sell setup after breaking down from a topping pattern. Sure. Yeah, Raoul always comes up with some good ideas for us. Yeah, let me set an alarm 70, 73, 35, just to be early. And I hope it does not trigger at the open. I like them when they gap up a little bit. And then we can, all right, Morgan down 102.50. Same strong pullback. This could be a call spread candidate or maybe even a condor if we can get wide enough away. PNC, same, running into earnings. Look at that bullish monthly breakout. STT, same. Bullish weekly monthly, but extended daily. Ango 650, that's a gap breakout, but I have no interest in that pattern. All right, these are not earnings. I typed a few other earnings down here. PNFP, same. These are banks. Yeah, Schwab getting whacked. So that's a breakout failure. Nasty gap breakdown. But I put it in my excessive gap category, which means let's see what it does in the first 30 minutes. Progressive looked great yesterday, but earnings prevented us from buying it. But same, bullish, but extending. This one's light volume, but same. CBZ. Dollar Tree is not earnings, but it got a downgrade, 102.50. It's on a nasty downtrend. We'll keep an eye on that. D-Dog got an upgrade, 133. I checked already for puts, but there's no juice, and it's trade sloppy, but we'll watch it. Mitch, I forget the news, but that's a big bullish gap. Gapping right above the 200 here. That's a bottoming pattern in the weekly. And when I look at a chart like this tells me, to people who don't believe in technicals, how can you not believe in this? Buyers stepped up after a climb up. Bottoming tail, new low plus. This that's not defined as a major pivot, but it's a big old focal spot. Retest of that, wide range igniting breakout. This weekly chart looks great. Well, Uber. Yeah, so Greg, we have Uber as a put spread over the high. I had it as a directional and I canceled it yesterday, but sure, we'll keep an eye on it. Eight. Eight looks lower as a continuation pattern, sure. I'll set alarm 63.50. Or you're saying that you're at a restaurant, you're at Denny's. Is that what you're trying to say? Hood, yeah, Hood looks great. Yeah. We sold a put spread on this little pullback yesterday. And I said buy a half lot over the high. It's gapping over it, but it looks great. I have it here in the bottom right. So here, let me actually tell subscribers that Hood is good to go. A gap fill or 5-minute high. Either one we'll go with. Yeah, with Trump's situation, assassination attempt, and playing the Trump stock market effect. I think crypto was a beneficiary yesterday because he's pro Bitcoin. Biden is not. Solars here got whacked. The Trump trade. Zulu Sierra. I forget the news. I forget the news. Maybe downgrade. This was on our long watch list yesterday, and I never pulled the trigger. Glad I didn't now with the gap down. Cenex here, Sam I am found for us. You know, the buy setup was down here. So it's we would call this a continuation of a buy setup. TMUS, closing breakout. You can buy a half lot over yesterday's high. DAKT, these are on Sam's list. You know, bull rectangle, breakout. T2, possible, you know, it is a sell setup, but that's a bullish retracement. I think I have an alarm. Let me check. I'll set an alarm at one. Yeah, I did at 152.60. So set an alarm, and if it goes off, we'll look at it then. Bottoming pattern here, new low reversal, closing breakout. The continuation entry would be over the high. I have an alarm at 76.60. Lay's gap breakout. Light volume, though, is a problem. Something's up with that. Trump. Yesterday, right at the open, under the excessive gap idea, I think they have $85 strikes, and they were 80 cents. And I sent a telegram. I didn't make it official, but I said, here's an idea for you. And with this gap down, you would be pretty darn near max profit right now. Pfizer, you know, it's bottoming daily, weekly, monthly. Got this on my list. And this, we talked about red bar ignored breakout, I like. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and post a half lot over yesterday's high right now. It's 929. CRBG. There. So that's good to go. I have an early alarm, but I'll go ahead and make an official alarm 3010. All right, well, I'm ready to go. Perfect timing. All right, Sienna alarm. Sienna's a go. Gap breakout. $49.50. Sienna. Yeah, that's rare that I get the green light at the opening print. But that's tomorrow's MT Live. That's an igniting. Yeah. Uber alarm. Yeah. I gave it as a put spread. Let's wait 5-minute high before considering a directional. I'm not sure about the target. All right, Uber. I'm sorry, Hood filled the gap. So that's good to go. 23.95. PVH, low alarm, Alex. Look at that. Eat, low alarm, Alex. It's yours. Ah, PVH just hit our next target. That's why my alarm went off, 103.50. Cool. No, that's not true. I said that's an early alarm. I said next target 102.75. Early alarm. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a little more like this pre-market high. I'm gonna give it 105.12. Shit, look at my 15-minute chart. What just happened? What the heck happened there? Golf Lima up alarm. Well, I'm just put a new symbol in. Yeah, new symbol fixed it. Good. But thank you anyway for that idea. And DLO alarm. Um, you know what? I had a break even alarm. No, it's not. And break even is 829. All right, never mind. We might dump this if we get to break even. Just because it's bottoming pattern, breakout failed. Ah, 102.75 PVH just hit my target. Look at that right there. That's my second target, Greg, 102.75. So now I'll move it to today's high.
Getting better at the stock stand.
104.32. Heart alarm. Cart, Greg. I think this might have a bigger target than Uber. What do you think? But we got a breakout failure in the Qs. How about it's
Qs are, magnificent seven influence these bottoming patterns, money flowing into. So I wouldn't
let's
not do it because of the Qs.
yeah, let's I'm just kind of spitballing a higher number here. How about let's buy over 35? Well, the day's high. 35.28 is fine. Is still good to go as posted. TMOS looks van friggin' tastic. Better if it would close like this. So 1, 2, 3. Sam, your X doing nothing. Oh, MU triggered. MU triggered. We gave two trades, call spread and put debit spread. Google ripping again. Let me look at the but so Amazon, we stuffed out break even. We had a call spread. You, all right, I remember that from yesterday on your list. Days high, unless it's a typo. Did I type it wrong? Okay, well then you heard me talking about it. But thank you for allowing me to fix it. Hi, 35.28. What did I say? 35.28. Alex, I don't understand. Look, days high, 35.28. So unless I got bad data, that's correct. No, no, Friday doesn't mean much to me. No, I mean, I was tempted to say half and half, but no, that tail, yesterday's correction bar counter offsets it.
Long as more buyers come in, nothing to worry about.
NWSA. Let's see if that's official. Yep, official. It's triggered. Oh, I had more alarms today than yesterday. That's strange. Yeah, I gave it as a put spread. I do like it directional, just not sure of the target. So because of this mess over here, trades a little wildly, and that's when I said I kind of like cart better as a new trade, but it's totally fine. I love it for a put spread. Let's see. Let's see if we're gonna get filled. This wasn't the weekend letter. My guess is no, but I do that on purpose a lot. I wait for, you got to get a retracement to get filled. 71.68. No, we're gonna get nothing. So we would have to go out to next week. 71.68 next week is 38 cents. So let me see where my 71 is. Yeah, I don't know if I trust that for 10 days, so I'm gonna cancel that. And punch you in. Yeah, we're in Siena. I gotta post all these alerts. Yeah, yeah, you said that yesterday, and I said it sure looked like it could. Yeah, that's a good out. We have a third left. I'll leave it the day sign. Jesus. I mean, it's up a lot. It's approaching resistance. It it looks okay for a day trade, stop under 240. We're finding much better patterns than that. All these ones I'm talking about that are triggering. Is that a GRWG? I think is a marijuana stock, right? I remember that symbol.
S&Ps look like they're gonna go up. This 5 minute closes like this. Takes out the high of the day.
Diamonds, IWM, cruising. Oh, I didn't check that IWM, Greg. I've been too busy, but um,
Going up.
but is there any,
Spreads and whatever, be prepared. Some point it's gonna start coming back down to earth. And what's driving it, biotech, KRE, not so much financials. I mean, yeah, the oils, but I mean, they're straight up. Well, they're creating a void. So when it comes, they're going to probably retrace harder than they might have. They're open, Don. EPC shaping up, not ready yet. Look at that bar on the S&P. That's why you got to wait. You got to know when those bars, how much time is left in those bars. Because you're susceptible. We all are to reacting in the moment. If we're afraid we're going to miss the trade, and the bar's not done, and now you're in it, and you got a topping tail bar, and the bar just ended, and 15 to 20 seconds ago it was a big green bar. Now you're not. Now you're not in so intelligent hope mode. You're in stupid hope mode. Cues are coming in to fill the gap here. I got alerts on just to be aware that they start giving up XBI, KRE, and XLF alerts under today's low. SMH is still lagging. Nice movement so far on cart.
and transports ripping again.
I mean, look at JBHT. Straight up for 5 days.
Yeah, but those are power bars right there. No, that's steady buying instead of steady selling. All right, PBH out the last third. TMOS, my alarm didn't. Yeah, my alarm did go off. Same. So yeah, we're in a half flat.
Tesla call spread idea, Dan? This week?
Mm-hmm.
NVIDIA. Can short it.
Yeah.
NVDL.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's a nice upside shakeout. Weekly is kind of on top with a new low. I mean, a lower high. Yeah, that looks great. Wow, already 2.7 million shares of the levered. Gregor EPC alarm, but it's early. CSGP alarm, but I'm not doing it now. Yeah, diamonds. IWM are in a race here. Man. Uh, yeah, Greg, tell me when you see a reversal IWM, the 223 is 49 cents right now. So that's $1.50 higher. So obviously not, yeah. But there is enough juice when we are ready. Looks good if it closes strong.
Wide range bar and IWM 5 minute. Close near the high. Maybe at the high. Can't see, but close enough. So one of the doesn't always work, but you have the concept of a wide range bar after multiple bars moving up, suggesting that momentum is going to stall. Another thing to look for is as those bars are moving up and they have tails or minor tails on the top, and then that wide range bar has no tail, you have that buying, Johnny come lately, I would say, type of buying right into the end of that time period. And it's another sign of excessive exuberance.
Nice FedEx, Alex. I should have joined you yesterday. Had a beautiful 1, 2, 3, almost 15 there. This actually triggered yesterday.
I mean, it's getting weaker.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to look at this. I was looking at your new video. Uh, 265.
In WM.
Tesla has earnings next week.
Read this morning, Musk is going to be donating to Trump's PAC $45 million a month.
A month.
Month. He ain't effing around.
Wow.
And the guy from Pershing, he is endorsing Trump now. He didn't say anything about money, but that
Pershing,
usually comes with money.
Pershing Square hedge fund.
Yeah, I think that's a name.
Yeah, he's a smart man.
AMD.
Our MU is doing well. Yeah. Hold on.
AMD, probably a call spread, Dan, if it expires, this week. CMSMCI, that could be a call spread. Qs are near pivot low from yesterday, so they may stall here. Dow's still going up. It look, Pavel, it looks okay. It's in an uptrend, a little curling up there. Yeah, do it. Mesa Air Group. Pavel's on YouTube, Sam. He should be in here. Yeah, for a little while after that. I'm going to close it down now. Have a great day, everybody out there on social media.